No, I'm not naked. I've bought this lovely strapless jumpsuit, but I don't want it strapless, and there's a problem with it. Okay, so as often is the case, these things are too long, but I aim to use the extra fabric as a benefit in this case. And if, like me, you're a lady who is not that keen on strapless or likes to have that choice at the time of wearing, so stick with me and have a look how I use my legs for my shoulders. See you in a minute. Okay, I've cut the hem off the trousers to the length that I need. Then we undo the seam. I end up with a piece like this. I'm going to open up this seam. You can see this on the other leg. I've split that seam, so I end up with two like this. One of these I've cut into two, cut into half. I've undone this hem to give me a bit of extra width. Folded it in half and cut it to give me two halves, to give me one strap divided into two. These two I have edged with a zigzag stitch. I'm going to just hem that, and I'm going to do that with a contrasting thread. So let's repeat what we've done to this one with this. Right, what you normally do, you put two straps at the front, two straps at the back of your dress, sew them at the front, and then tie them and neaten the edge. But I've decided I want this lower edge to be a little bit wider. So from the other surplus piece I've got, I've made these extension pieces. And then what I'm going to do is neaten the edges, do a turning and attach it onto here. So before we set about putting it together, I'm just going to edge this with a zigzag stitch. Just need to centre this now. Line up your creases. Then pin it in place and sew the seam to sew it together. Right, so we've got that stitched, the strap stitched onto this extension piece at the front. I've edged all this just to support it and stop it from stretching, because this fabric is quite stretchy and this is kind of cut partly on the bias, so it would stretch and stretch if you didn't edge it. So I've edged it. It's just with a zigzag stitch, and I'm now going to turn it in. Right, I need to sew it wrong side up, uppermost, because I've got this contrasting thread in the bobbin. So I'll need to do it wrong side uppermost. I've decided for neatness, I'm going to do a very narrow double turning on the edge instead of relying on the zigzag stitch to be neat on the inside. I just think it will look more professional. Yep, that's okay. Same the other side. Right, I've got the 2 front straps attached to the little extension pieces, which you'll see there's a lot more overhanging here. And I've decided I just need it a little bit wider than the straps here, just to give me more coverage. I would have liked it a little bit wider still, but this, if I stitch a wider piece onto this elastic, it's going to have an impact on how much stretch I'm going to have on this area in the elasticated section. So instead, I've opted for a slightly wider piece to give me just enough coverage, and I'm going to hand stitch it to the fabric, not right through the elastic, but just through the fabric. This will stop the elastic in that top channel being impeded and help prevent the fabric from puckering when it's stretched. Right, I've edged this with a zigzag stitch and the other one, and I'm now just in the process of just doing an extra reinforcing stitch along here. I've just hand stitched the strap on so that I've still got a little bit of stretch in the top elastic. Okay, I've hand stitched the front sections in place. I've now tried it on and positioned the back ties as to where they need to go, and I'm going to hand sew those in place. Front and back is stitched. I just need to even up the size of these ties now and neaten the ends, and then I'll just move on to the hem. Now on to finishing the ends of these ties. I'm choosing to just make a point on the end, and for that I'm just going to fold this in, tuck it under, and just slip stitch it to the edge to make a nice finished point. This is the simplest way for creating a point on the end of your strap, but the more professional way is with a machine right at the start, with fabric inside out and edges finished last. Just need to finish the others the same now. Right, this jumpsuit has now been hemmed, just turned in and hemmed in with a contrasting orange thread. The shoulder straps are finished, completed and tied, and all that remains now is to show you how it looks. Right, it's completed. This is it hemmed to the length, and you see I've got the ties. I'm just ready for my holidays now, even though I'm not going back. So with a couple of simple techniques, I hope I've shown you that you can wear anything and feel comfortable. You just need to be able to adjust it slightly to be as gorgeous as you are.